and welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't sat down and filmed a video in ages. I'm so sorry that this is the only video that I've got up this week. It's just with the run up to Christmas, this week has been... Wait, what? I mean, this week has put me through it. There's just a lot going on in my personal life, so I'm really sorry about that. But we are back with a bang. Today we are doing a first impressions and a tutorial on this eye look using the James Charles Artistry palette. Now I know I'm a little bit late to the game with this one. You guys will have seen this palette all over social media. But when I saw that it was in stock on the UK website, I had to pick it up and do a look for you guys. As you know, I don't do a huge amount of colour on my channel, but the whole concept of this was to unleash your inner artist. And I feel like that's what I wanted to be able to do with this video, was just experiment with color, use as many of the colors as possible, because as you guys have seen, there is like every color under the sun in this palette. You can do whatever look you want pretty much, whether it's daytime glam, a rainbow, smoky eye like I have done, anything, it's got you covered, which is why I kind of wanted to do this video, because this could be the palette that replaces all your other palettes, because you could literally do any look with this. So I wanted to make sure that it was worth it. There are swatches in this video for you guys too, because I'm not going to be using every single color on my eye. Maybe I should do that for a video. There is a lot of shades in here, but I'm not going to be using every single color on my eye, so I did just want to show you what every single color swatched like and everything, so you can see the pigmentation that way. Also do this look for you guys, but this is just an eye demo, so the skin deets and all of that I will leave on my Instagram. I will have posted a picture and have told you everything, so if you want to check them out, you can do that, and make sure you're following me as well. So before we jump right into this first impressions and tutorial, it is post notification bell shout out time, and this week it goes to Anna_Louise_X that said #notification squad, loving the hauls and more of a sit down get ready with me content. Love that and love you. Happy Christmas, honey. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much, and I always read through all your comments. But without further ado, if you want to see my thoughts on the James Charles Artistry palette and see it in action with swatches, all of that good stuff, then please keep watching. So before we jump into the eye look tutorial, I thought I would do a few swatches for you so you guys can really see the pigment of them just on to, you know, regular skin. And obviously I'm not going to be using every single colour for this look. I am going to try and use as many colours as possible. As you would have seen in the intro, we are going for a very rainbow look to try and make the most of this eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to swatch everything for you so you can see the shades that I don't use. So I'm going to go ahead and do it row by row. So this is the first row of colours. We have Canvas, Ring Light, So Good, 518, Rusted, Halloween, Wig, and Tea. Next up we have Punch Me, Sister, Mary, Literally, You're Kidding, Shook, Boutique, and Benny. And then these are the slightly bigger pans. So we have Flashback, Face, Tune, Code James, 10% off, No Beans, and Spooky. Then we start to move on to more of the brighter colors. So we have B, Guac, Hello, Playground, Brother, Artistry, Love That, and Pinkety Drinkety. And the final row we have Social Blade, Daddy, Cape Cod, Cola, Acapella, Escape, Single, and Skip. Honestly, I love when a palette collaboration really reflects the person that they're collaborating with. If you follow James on Instagram, which I'm sure you probably do, you'll know he is always one for super colourful, really just like creative looks. And this palette allows you to do that, but also kind of has the more like safer, neutral, warmer colours to be able to do, yeah, your kind of more like everyday looks, which we all love, like something a little bit more like soft glam. There's honestly something for everyone in this eyeshadow palette, and I feel like if you could throw away all your eyeshadow palettes and just get one, this kind of has you covered on like all bases. And as you saw from the swatches, the pigmentation is real. Obviously the more shimmery shades tend to swatch better and have more pigment, because that's just the way that they're formulated, and the texture of them will always swatch better than mattes. But you saw from the mattes, the pigment from them is so impressive. I love how the smaller pans for the kind of more colorful shades, and we have the bigger pans for the colors that you would probably use the most, because they're going to be your kind of crease colors, and you do tend to dip into them the most, if that makes sense, because you probably use them for every eye look, and then you have all the cool colors to play around with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a look for you guys, trying to incorporate as many of the shades that I can so you can really see how they perform on the eye and release my inner artist. Okay, so I really feel like doing something kind of rainbow on the lid and underneath the eye, kind of like a cut crease, but the colorfulness is going to go across, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be quite neutral in my crease to start with. So I think I'm going to take the shade Code James and a little bit of Punch Me, like just mixing them together to get a bit more of like a neutral crease color. And I have gone ahead and done my eyebrows and just put some concealer on my lid as a base, but that's all that I've done. So let's see. Ooh, yes. Also, you can see I've put a little bit of tape down because I do want this to be like a winged out look. And this just allows me to be super messy and know that I'm going to get that sharp line at the end. But yes, these blend so nicely onto the lid. So these are just two of the matte shades. Like I said, Punch Me and Code James. Just up into my crease. I don't want to go too heavy on the kind of neutral crease colors because all the action's going to be popping off on the lid, I think. But just to know that the neutral crease colors blend like butter. Barely any fallout either, like onto my lid or anything like that. I mean, obviously it helps to have a wet base. And when I say wet, I just mean like I didn't set the concealer. And I always say that that is a tip that a lot of makeup artists use, is to just not set the concealer on your eyes, because that way the pigment of the eyeshadow has something to really like cling and absorb into, and then you can just, you know, blend it out. Okay, so to further deepen the crease, I'm going to take the shade 10% off, but I think that's all I'm going to do in terms of crease colors, because like I said, I don't want there to be too much, but maybe one more. I say one more. I always use about like 10 crease colors on like a regular basis if I'm being extra. But this is just to kind of further deepen it. It doesn't matter if you're messy on the lid, because we are going to be taking concealer to carve it out, but I just want there to be enough that I can see the crease after we carve it out with concealer. But they blend together so nicely, and this brush is really good too. This is a Kit Starts N30 small tapered blender, and this is just the perfect size to fit into the crease to do some like definition work, but fluffy enough to kind of like blend, almost like blend itself out, if that makes sense. We are going from inner to outer corner. That just looks the most effective when you're doing a cut crease. Just blending that all out. I love, obviously you guys know I love warm tones, and it's good to know that those mattes are so nice and they work so nicely together. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and use concealer to cut out the crease, and then we can move on to the color. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, I have carved my crease out like all the way towards my brow bone, because that's the kind of shape that I want to go for. But now it is time to apply the color, and I feel like I'm probably going to use most of the colorful matte shades. I might use that gorgeous shimmery purple underneath the eye a little bit, but I feel like it's mostly going to be matte. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shade B, which is the yellow shade, and just start it off. Ooh, oh my god. See, I feel with yellow shades, they're quite hard because it's such a bright color. So to get like a super, you know, pigmented yellow that remains as bright as it is in the pan on your eye, girl, I'm impressed. And we have like a little bit of fallout, but like, you know, nothing mega. And most pigmented eyeshadows, if you want them to be pigmented, you are gonna have a little bit of fallout. But this is so good. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and do like yellow, orange, red kind of on the top, and then do the green, blue, purple into red again, kind of like along the bottom. So I'm gonna dip the same brush because it's a slightly darker color, but it's still blendable, and this is the shade 518. I'm just gonna press that, you know, next to the yellow. Oh my god. I feel like this color would also be really nice in the crease. It's like a really nice light orange. But this pigment and payoff is so good. And then I just kind of, with the remainder of what's on the brush, just gonna brush it back and forth between the yellow to create that blend. Do the same on this side, just pack it on. I feel like small little brushes like this are the best for like detailed looks like this. I love it. I'm then gonna go into the shade right next to it called Rusted, which is a slightly more like orangey red, and then I'm gonna go into You're Kidding underneath, which is slightly more of that pinkier red. So I'm gonna be using all of those shades to really create like the ultimate blend and transition. Yes. Can you see that? I am like living. I love that color. I love an orangey red. It's like one of my fave shades. The top, I can see the blend. Oh. Then like I said, I'm going into the shade You're Kidding, which is a slightly more like red, if that makes sense, and just keep making my way along. Just little patting motions. Again, these are all the mattes, and you know, I said earlier, sometimes with mattes, they don't always swatch the best, but their pigment when they're on the lid or when they have like a good base underneath them, this just goes to show that these are not playing around. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Love That, which is the more kind of pinky purple kind of color, and just use that to fill out the bottom. Are you guys, I'm like obsessed with this already, and I haven't even finished it yet. Although now I have done this, I feel like I'm gonna need to put something in the crease to kind of separate it up a little bit. Maybe we'll do glitter. Oh my god, maybe we'll do glitter. Let's just go all out today. Like, I am ready. Just make sure that's all blended in. And you can always go back in with certain colors if you feel like the blend was real and you've now kind of blended it so well that they're like lost. So I'm just gonna go back in with that red just to make sure she's still there. Ooh. So I feel like this is the top done, and they just look, it's like such a seamless blend. They're all so buttery and we had barely any fallout, but this is kind of why, not just because of the shape, but why I do my eyes first sometimes with palettes that I haven't used before, because just in case there is a lot of fallout, but there wasn't. And I feel like I can take away the tape, or actually I feel like I wanna cut the crease out a little bit more, so I'm gonna use some glitter. I think I'm gonna take the Heavy Metals glitter eyeliner from Urban Decay and just kind of trace the line so it's a real like separation. Oh yes, oh my god, this eyeliner is also everything. Like, I love how easy it is to just draw on and paint on glitter. I always use this like on my lids as well. Today just got 10 times better because we are being extra. Like so. I'm loving this right now. But now I'm gonna take away this sellotape. And now we can work on the bottom part of our eye. Okay, so I know I look a little bit strange right now, but I just thought it makes a lot more sense to do my concealer first, so then it has, again, a little bit of a base to cling to, and then I don't have to kind of worry about getting too close with my makeup when I've done my under eye already. So I'm gonna go in with that green shade, Social Blade, and start pressing it like in my lower, in the innermost part of my lower lash line, so it can blend kind of up with the yellow. Okay, on the same brush, I'm gonna dip into the shade Playground, which is that gorgeous, like, bright blue shade, and just, you know, do what we've been doing this whole time, press and blend. And then I think for the final shade, I'm gonna go into Single, I think, which is that purple shade at the bottom, and just connect this into the blue and also the purple that was used on the top. Ooh, my inner artist is coming out. And then once you've done that, obviously using a pencil brush means that it's quite like a sharp, it just looks like quite a thick sharp line. So what I like to do is just take a blending brush with nothing on it and really just diffuse underneath. So it just looks a little bit more kind of smoked out and blended out and nothing too harsh. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Ring Light and place that in my inner corner to add a little bit of shimmer and also just be my inner corner highlight. And this shade is also perfect because it's kind of like a yellow white gold, if that makes sense. So it really ties in with the yellow and the green that we've got going on, like on the top and underneath, like so. So this is kind of the finished eye look. I mean, obviously I only was able to try like most of the matte shades, but I feel like you could see from the swatches that I did earlier that the shimmery shades, the pigment is on point, and it's always the matte shades that really need to be put to the test. But I'm obsessed with this, and I love the creativity and all the colors in this. I just feel like this is such a great palette, you guys, to experiment and play with. If you're not always into color like me, this just gives you the perfect opportunity to do so. So I'm gonna go ahead and do mascara and lashes and show you the finished eyes, and then I'm gonna finish off my face off camera. But I will have posted a picture on my Instagram with all the full details, because obviously this was just a review of the eyeshadow palette, and I just wanted to show you my first impressions and how that performed. My skin routine in this is nothing too extra or different. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, finish off the eyes, show you them, and finish off the skin as well, and we'll be back to conclude the video. The finished look. I really hope you guys like it and enjoyed this video, getting to see the James Charles Artistry palette in action. Let me know what you guys think about it down below, and if it comes back in stock, whether or not you guys are gonna pick it up. I have left the link to it down below, even though, like I said, it is out of stock right now, but you can join the waitlist to be notified when it comes back in stock and be the first to get your hands on it. So I hope this just kind of shows you one of the many looks that you can do for it. Let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts, and if you want me to do any other looks using the palette. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button before you leave, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!